Sports has always been a unifying factor in times of discontent. Boxing, much like basketball, elicits raw passions and emotions in the Filipino people like no other. Both sports are a religion in a country starved for winners to inspire them. Boxers have generally been accorded more respect only for their long and difficult road to the top. When a Navarrete or Espinosa fight is on TV, the nation literally stops. And now the torch has been passed to a new generation of fighters. Fighters whose stake isn't simply measured by the belts they wear. They evolve into people's champions.
He's done so much already. I mean, he's beat a couple great legends already in Barrera and Morales. I mean, he's beat a couple Hall of Famers already, and he's still a young man, and he's got a bright future ahead of him. But he's just got to keep his head on straight and keep him on the winning track.
There are so many other young fighters who have taken advantage of the opportunities given by Manny Pacquiao, and now American promoters have realized that there's a great wealth of talent in the Philippines, so let's go get them.
Manny, he paved the way for a lot of the Filipino fighters out here in the United States, and I think one of the best fighters that came out of Philippines in history.
Philboxing.com, an authoritative website that spreads the gospel of Pinoy boxing and keeps alive memories of those who paved the road to glory, says of Manny Pacquiao.
When Manny Pacquiao beat Lelo Lidwaba, it opened the world's eyes to Philippine boxing. It made Manny popular. But after he beat decisively Marco Antonio Barrera, the world was awakened to the fact that the Filipino boxers are superior. When Pacquiao beat Barrera, easily manhandled him and stopped him in the 11th round, the world took notice. Although Pacquiao didn't have the belt, didn't have a regular belt that time, he was recognized by the Ring magazine, which is considered as the Bible of boxing, and he was recognized by most of the boxing experts as the best featherweight fighter at that time. So that's why he was called the People's Champion.
With what Manny had created for Philippine boxing, malaki ang nagawa niya.
Again, trying to connect, pero hindi pa natin nakikita yung landing ng solid punch from Manny Pacquiao dito po sa ating first and second round.
Well, again, it comes down to action and how you perform in the ring. A guy like Pacquiao, who would have thought that a Filipino who doesn't speak fluent English, he comes from the other side of the world, and this has never happened before with an Asian boxer, would come to America and would become almost the savior of boxing right now at the moment. Now, we don't know how long this is going to go on for, but he brings his all-action style. He comes into the ring, win or lose, he's going to give it his all, and that's what fans want to see. You know, in the States, they're paying $59.95 for pay-per-view, and people want their money's worth, and so Pacquiao gives them their money's worth.
I think everything has been written about this person. Yeah, I'd rather talk to him as a person. He's a nice guy. He's very humble. You know, a part of his courage in the ring, and what I see him he's got some real humility. You know, as a person. That's what makes him something more important.
He is always willing to learn. Lagi, pagtutong niya sa ring, meron siyang bagong skill na idinadagdag sa laro niya.
He's the most recognized Filipino now. He has certainly brought honor and praise for the Filipino, and you know, it has not been an easy road for him. I've always admired his power, no? Being an everyman, no? Si Manny Pacquiao, nakaka-relate ang mga tao sa kanya, especially those who are seeking to get out of the financial doldrums, no? Manny Pacquiao serves as an inspiration. His work ethic is something to be made as an example for everyone, no? And we wish him more success.
The Hawaiian Punch, Gloria!
Brian is a personification of the adage, good things come in small packages. The diminutive right-hander stands 5 feet 4 inches and weighs 108 pounds. Although he fights out of Los Angeles, California, Brian is proud of his Philippine heritage and is a native of Waipahu on the Hawaiian island of Oahu. Viloria was affectionately dubbed Hawaiian Punch by his teammates on the 2000 USA Olympic boxing team because of his extraordinary knockout power in both hands. Viloria's amateur success: WBC Youth Flyweight Champion, WBC Latino Flyweight Champion, NABF Flyweight Champion, and 2003 NABF Fighter of the Year, and power style make him a natural for success, as a professional and boxing insiders are already expecting big things from the little man. Currently the only Filipino with a world title adorned around his waist, Brian Viloria comes with impressive credentials.
Brian is an Olympian. See, Brian now has given also a name to Filipinos.
Brian Viloria is a very skilled fighter. I think this was because of his amateur background. No, amateur pa lang siya, nag-champion na yan. You know? So natatranslate na dito sa professional ranks ngayon. Skill level, magaling na magaling. Kumpleto. May power din. Kaya exciting ngayon ang lower divisions. Dati kasi, nakikita mo lang yung mga knockout punches sa mas mabibigat na timbang. Pero si Brian Viloria, mas mabigat pa misis ko dun. Pero nakita mo kung sumuntok, tumbang kalaban. So magaling, magaling. Exciting. He has the skill, the speed, and the strength.
Brian is the current champion right now, and hopefully he can win more fights. Especially when he talks, he really wants to represent the Philippines.
I think Brian Viloria will graduate into a marquee name. He will become a pay-per-view attraction in the United States, especially if he's able to fight maybe a big name like George Arce or Vic Darchinyan. And I think Brian Viloria is a great example for young people. He's got a good grasp of the English language, and a lot of young people admire him for that. It's very nice young guy.
Aptly nicknamed for the howitzers he has for arms, Ray Bautista is punching his way into the hearts of boxing fans, critics, and Filipinos. The great Oscar de la Hoya has even offered this young fighter out of Tony Aldeguer's Ala Gym a place in his Golden Boy stable. Bautista currently touts a 20-0 record, just like Brian Viloria, and holds the WBO Asia Pacific Bantamweight belt. An electrifying boxer, Bautista has wowed audiences with his demolition jobs of Colombians Felix Flores and Roberto Bonilla and Mexican Gerardo Espinosa.
Bautista, the future of Philippine boxing. He fights with all his heart. He brings everything to the ring and leaves everything on the ring, and he's got the killer instinct.
As Freddie Roach told me, he is a killer. He wants to hurt people in the ring, but he's a wonderful kid outside the ring. So he combines both qualities.
Maybe the next Manny Pacquiao has that charisma, the killer instinct.
Talagang I agree na he'll be the next Manny Pacquiao.
Isa rin yan na magiging world champion din at si Bumbong Bautista at malayo pang marating yung batang yon.
These are all high quality landing shots. Each one's a highlight.
He's the WBO Asia Pacific champion at the age of 19.
Magandang simula niya. He's only 19. Pero yung skill level niya, nandyan na. Yung lakas niya, nandyan.
Oh, he's great. No, he's great. Good-looking kid, Hoagie. He smiles a lot. He lives a good, clean life. And he's a great boxer. He's got a lot of power, and he can hit with the power, or he can box you at the same time.
The one thing nice about Bumbong Bautista is that he hasn't allowed fame to get into his head. In the Visayas and Mindanao, magugulat ka eh. the guy is practically a superstar. Pinagkakaguluhan yan si Boom Boom But you know, he has remained his old self. No? He's a little gregarious, pero yung controlled, you know.
He fights out of Mandaue City, Cebu in the Philippines, Z, the Dream, Gores!
Si Gores, nagpupunta rito yan, tinitignan ko, gusto ko yung bata, nag-champion na yan. He's a work in progress, but let's hope he gets a very good artist to carve him out into a true jewel, the way Freddie Roach had done with Manny Pacquiao.
Gores is one of those that we're looking to as one of the pretenders to the throne of Manny Pacquiao, and he's a very talented boxer. He works hard, and I think he's got a bright future if only he will stay focused and train. Well, he's been training with Freddie Roach, so that's something that isn't a positive for Gores.
Technically superb fighter. Even Freddie Roach admits technically the best Filipino is Gores and Jerry Peñalosa, but Jerry's a little old now. He is not a fighter who will take risks. He's a little conservative. He doesn't punch as hard as people want him to punch, no? But Freddie Roach told me that's a mistake. He can punch hard, except that he doesn't cut the distance between him and his opponent, so there's no snap in his punch. But he corrected that in his last fight in the US, and he did very well. He completely outboxed that guy. Gores, in terms of getting out and using the ring, is a master. Think how he turns around and gets out of trouble. Very good. Excellent footwork, good hand speed, thinking fighter. I think he'll be a world champion. He may not have a tremendous knockout punch, but you know, you don't need to have knockout power in one hand. You can put a combination of punches together with perfect timing. You can knock a guy out.
Gores is still going up, and he has the potential. But Gores right now is properly, I think he right now, I mean, still with us, and he's making money. No, although hindi pa world champion, he is right now the OPBF champion, but he is just beginning to feel the beauty, no, the beauty of what do you get from professional boxing. But with Gores right now, I think he will be coming into that, no, malapit na, and I think with talking about his finances is properly managed.